empowering people to live financially wise and informed lives, regardless of their finances. GreatCents.org. Student. Your first and most important job is being a student. You didn't even have to fill out an application. You are fully qualified and in high demand. The information you're learning, storing, and exploring will have a huge impact on who you are today and who you're becoming in the future. We'll talk about things from basic wants and needs all the way to the stock market and your rights as a consumer. Each classroom will be different with the expectations the teacher has, but these three you can count on. Be respectful, be responsible, be positive. You as a student need to be respectful to your classmates because we're all a community of learners and we all impact each other. The golden rule says to treat others as you would like to be treated, and that means and looks like wanting the best for the other person's sake. Success doesn't look the same for everyone, but we can all learn something new and build each other up on the way. This will also prepare you for being a person who works well with others in the future. You as a student need to be responsible at getting your work completed. Make sure that you're getting to class on time and getting your work done sooner than later. The phrase practice makes perfect is deceiving because there's always room for improvement, and the phrase should really be practice makes permanent. You and I are building habits every day with the small things that we do. We should try our hardest to build good habits, and it's hard to break a bad habit once it's set in. Lastly, make sure you come with a glow. Be positive and see this as an amazing opportunity to learn new things and share it with others. Every day is a gift. Let's use it well. Secretary. It's payday. Are you someone who's extremely dependable and finds yourself consistently seeking ways to help the teacher? Do you have handwriting that's easily read? This job might be for you. As secretary, you're responsible for helping manage the jobs in the class, as well as making their paychecks to compensate them for their hard work. You will need to receive a list of job hires from the teacher, and on the job hires page, make sure that that person's name is written underneath that job. Double check with that person to make sure you spell their first and last name correctly. Most people find it annoying when their name is misspelled on their paycheck. Once students have started getting hired, you'll fill out the paycheck sheet. For every check, you'll follow the diagram on the job hires page. When writing the checks, make sure to put the job title first and then the student's name. Then every week, the teacher will make photocopies of the paychecks that you'll fill in the dates on and cut out. When passing out the paychecks, make sure everyone who was hired got a paycheck and ask the class if anyone was missed. Pay those students with cash from the bank, and make sure to write a paycheck for those students who were missed before you leave for that day. Then clean up the secretary's area of all the paper scraps or other messes. The secretary will also be a first pick by the teacher for small tasks like taking things to the office or passing out papers. This job will require working likely every day, as well as hard work on paydays where you'll pass out the paychecks. Bank teller. Money time! Are you someone who enjoys math, likes working with others, is good at explaining to others how to fill out a form? Then this job is right up your alley. As bank teller, you'll have a lot of different responsibilities and are required to be organized and good at working with others. You will need to set up the bank area on bank days, and this will look like setting up different bank slips in your cash registers. You are there to help students make deposits and withdrawals from the bank, keeping up their online bank accounts, and even issuing debit cards for students to make purchases with them. The bank is a special place, and that could either be a desk in a certain part of the room, or even in some classrooms, they built a bank out of cardboard boxes or PVC pipes and fabric. This job only works generally once a week, and during that time is very fast-paced and stressful, and can often include extra responsibilities throughout the week. Store employee. Do you like to see people excited to make a purchase? Or love to organize things in a way which looks nice? Are you skilled at negotiating with other students? This job might fit you perfectly. As a store employee, you'll have the opportunity to sell things to your classmates. You'll need to familiarize yourself with the items that are in the store and where they can be found. Some items will be displayed on shelves, and others might be stored in drawers depending on your classroom. By organizing them and knowing what is available, you'll be able to suggest to excited customers what they might like to buy. You will also keep up the online store inventory, which lists what items are on sale. When a student makes a purchase, they can use cash, check, or even a debit card to buy their item. They'll have the option of having it packaged in a box or a bag for an additional fee, and you'll also need to write them a receipt for their item. When new products are brought in by the entrepreneurs, contact a quality control worker to make sure the items meet standards. The amount of time you will work at this job will depend on the classroom and the time allowed for students to make purchases. Generally, this job will be fast-paced and can be stressful. Entrepreneur. Are you one of those kids who already has plans for having your own business someday? Or maybe you're the dreamer that has incredible ideas for how to improve something that people will use every day. Or maybe you're the kid who just can't stop making paper airplanes. Why not turn your creativity into an avenue for some revenue? This job is open to anyone, which means this can be a side job for any student. But if you want to be on the payroll, you need to apply and be a registered worker. When making your products, you need to make at least enough of that product that 10 or more people could purchase your product before you run out. That way you can make more for the next week. Your teacher will talk with you about how they'll pay you. It could be where they pay you for each product sold, or maybe you'll get a big chunk of money for a set of pieces, or some other plan they come up with. Once you have a product, talk with the store about a place where you can set up your item. Be quick because spots may be limited. Also, you might want to talk with an advertising and design student about helping you make posters for your products, or a commercial for the teacher that they could play between lessons. This job will require you to work outside of class, and so you need to be fairly independent and focused on your own, as well as being okay with people not liking your product. If that happens, you're in good company. Walt Disney, for example, was fired as an artist with them saying he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Don't give up. Get back up and try something new. Advertising and design. Are you creative? This is a job that allows you to show off your artistic abilities. When you are hired on as the advertising and design worker, you will collect a weekly paycheck and have freedom in how you will work. You can either create beautiful pictures that can be sold in the store, or you can help create flyers or commercials for the entrepreneurs and their products. Or you can even help politicians campaign for office with posters and slogans. This job is also great because it requires minimal work during class time and it allows you to get your work done, but it does require that you find spare time or free time to do your service. Pet adoption. Do you love fuzzy wuzzies? When you hear a bark or a meow, does it get you excited? Are you someone who takes great care of pets? The Pet Adoption Agency is in need of great caretakers for the stuffed animals that are looking to take a trip to someone's home. This job is an extension of the store, and so you'll help organize the pet inventory page and make sure the pets look nice and organized. Students will have to fill out a waiver form before they can take pets home, and they're able to pay with cash, check, and debit card. If they use a debit card, you will need to have a store employee help you make the purchase online. You'll be responsible for making sure the animals are returned by the designated times. Otherwise, you'll need to charge an additional fee to late customers. This job works alongside the store, and so hours will depend on when students have the opportunity to make purchases. Quality control. Do you have an eye for quality? Does it frustrate you when something you purchase doesn't live up to what they described? As quality control, you can help the economy of the classroom by removing poor quality products and ensuring students are satisfied with what they buy. You will be contacted by the store employees when new products have been brought to the store. Each product will be inspected and will have to meet these 3 guiding questions. Does this product match its description? Is this product safe? Has it been built with quality parts and will it endure use? If the product does not pass all 3 questions, then you will fail it and attach a slip that explains how they can improve the product to meet standards. This job works only once in a while because it depends on entrepreneurs making products, but it's a great job if you want a fairly relaxed job. Landlord. Knock knock. Who's there? Landlord. Landlord who? The person who collects rent. Time to pay up. Do you like the idea of collecting money from other students? You might make a great landlord. Every week you'll go to each student and you will charge them rent for their seat, desk, or whatever your teacher thinks is worth charging rent for. Not only this, but you will also use an online form for keeping track of residents. On this form you'll record those who have paid, those who are late, those who are sick, and even those who are making automatic payments with their debit cards. You will likely need to be able to explain how to fill out an automatic payment form to residents, which instructions for this are found on your online form. This job will work once a week while collecting rent and will only take a few minutes, but can be a lot of fun as you see your classmates ready to pay you each week. Attendance manager. Are you that kid that never misses a day and is always on time for class? This job would be perfect for you because it's one where you're able to help the teacher by taking attendance. You'll also be able to help your classmates by catching them up on missed work. Depending on how your teacher takes attendance, you'll help them make sure that everyone is there for the day when they're supposed to be. In some classrooms, you might be able to use an iPad to take attendance. In others, you might fill out a paper sheet that's taken to the office. You might even get to call the office and give the report. Talk to your teacher about how to help students who have missed time in class. This job will require you to work every day, but only for a few minutes. Manager. When friends come to your house, are they amazed by how nice your room looks? Or do you find yourself picking up trash when outside or in the hallways? The manager is a person who's essential to keeping a classroom orderly and in great shape. When you come to class, check the floor to see where there might be some messes or things out of order and give them a quick cleaning. That way later in class you can identify some of the students who probably need to learn better habits of keeping their space clean. You might say something to them and hold them after class to help you if they are causing messes daily. Causing messes is not a habit one wants to have for life. At the end of class, you will inspect the classroom and prepare to dismiss students from their seats, pods, or however the teacher has organized the room. When students leave, make sure that their chairs are pushed in and that they leave in a respectful manner. This job will work every day and only takes a few moments at the beginning and end of class. It's a great job, but requires good communication skills so that people feel respected when they leave. Politician. Vote for me! Are you a leader? Do other students respect your opinions and feel respected by you? Are you someone who can create a picture of the future with your words? In the classroom, it's not just a teacher and students, but a community, and this group needs someone who can hear the voices of classmates and make decisions for the benefits of others. This job is not one that you are hired for, but one you must be elected for by your classmates. To become your class politician, you will have to follow a 5-step process. The first step is filling out the application and applying for politician, and then being announced to class as a running candidate. You'll give a short biography of yourself. The next step is later where you explain how you will collect taxes and how you will spend those taxes. The third step is election day, when you will have a debate with several other students who are running and ballots will be cast and the winning politician will be announced. The last 2 steps are starting your tax plan and then filling out the government spending page each week explaining how much was collected in taxes and where it was spent. You'll have the opportunity to work with large amounts of money, but also come with the responsibility to spend them in a way that your classmates appreciate. The amount of time that this job works will depend on the number of candidates and how much work is done following the election. Vision goal setting. Shoot for the stars, and even if you miss, you might hit the moon. This job is looking for people who can inspire, encourage others to do amazing things. There are several ways in which you will help students to set goals. Every student will have a vision goal sheet online, where they are able to make SMART goals for themselves and set goals for themselves before each quiz or test. The SMART goals can really be about anything they want. Sports, friendships, games, food eating contests, you name it. The goal is to teach other students how to set goals and to push themselves to do amazing things. The second part is where they'll fill out a form before each test they are taking, what they did to prepare, and what they'd like to score. Then after the test, they will come back, check their grade, and evaluate what they did well and what they would do differently. After they filled out all the information, you'll be able to check their sheet, filling in your information below their goal, and then giving them a reward for pushing themselves. This job works usually around times when tests or quizzes are given, and so it can be several weeks between each time where you work. News reporter. Lights, camera, action. The GreatCents News is looking for a couple of anchors that can keep their classmates informed and search out some interesting stories. As a news anchor, your first responsibility will be to greet students as they come to class for the day. Your smile is there to show them that they are welcome and this is a place where they can learn safely. Then you'll be responsible for getting students paid when they are doing their work at the beginning of class. You will have the awesome chance to reward students who are quick to work and give incentive to students who are avoiding work by holding back pay until they have started. Then your most important role is when walking through the introduction time, you will write down the target for the day in the classroom. During this time, you will also record the temperature for the day and track it on the online weather chart. In addition to this, you will also have some sports assignments depending on the season, which really means you will keep track of the scores of your school and record it in a special chart on the news page. This job will work every day and will require you to be able to work quickly on anything that you missed at the beginning of class. Thanks for watching. Please support GreatCents by subscribing and sharing it with your friends. GreatCents.org